And please can you make as much noise as you can for the new Mr and Mrs Waterfield.
This will be the first time you have the opportunity to meet. Some have travelled a very long distance, so for all of those that you haven't met yet and have travelled, I offer you an especially warm welcome. I have to say, it's an absolutely fantastic venue. I know there was lots of work put into the actual venue last night as well, and so everyone who helped out, I really like to offer my thanks and say it's a really fantastic job. This won't come to any surprise of you, for those that do know me, but for those who don't, I tend to get a bit emotional. In fact, when I first saw Claire today, I'll be the first to admit I cried before Richard. Now, I've got to put some sort of defence up and some sort of shield to my emotions. So what I did was I was thinking at home, and I went through the wardrobe, and in the bottom of the wardrobe I found this. Quite simple. It's a brown paper bag. So my plan is that if the going gets tough, I'm going to slip this on my head. You won't see me cry, and I'm going to hand it over to Maria. So I'm going to leave that there for now. First of all, I've really got to say my thanks to Cleeth and Mark for raising such a wonderful son and son-in-law as Richard.
Thank you.
I first met Richard when he came to visit Claire in Ireland, and we got to know each other because he started helping me work on the house that is now their home. And so he spent, I'd say, 2 years plus really working in quite a close environment. And I really got to know him fairly well as you do when you work for the summer. And I sort of thought, yeah, I mean, he's like bright, intelligent.
I know you're going to go now.
Anyway, so I did ask him for a list of all his best attributes that I can quote to you, and basically this is it. It's been sort of really, the ones that stick out is obviously kind and considerate, and very musical. A good writer of music and a good player of music, to my ears anyway. It really is nice to hear it around the house. And handsome, of course. I can't deny handsome.
Wrong speech, Al, wrong speech.
The real thing is that, you know, the most important thing for him and for Claire and for all of us really is that there is no doubt in my mind we're absolutely both deeply in love.
Yeah.
That can be brushed aside by one simple thing, really. Unfortunately, he's Arsenal support.
Right, guys, some of the league.
Come on, you Spurs.
At this point, I really want to say a few words to my gorgeous daughter, Claire. And Claire, you look absolutely beautiful today. As you do. Maria and I sort of watched you walking down the aisle today with your new husband. Or back up the aisle, I should say. It made us sort of so proud of the woman you've become.
Do you need that bag yet,
I know it's there, look. All the time I'm aware it's there, I know I've got it out. But to be honest with you, you're your kindness and your consideration and your thoughts of others and always putting other people before yourself is absolutely outstanding. And you're... Get it back! You're even in the face of adversity. I'll just tell you a little bit about Claire and what she's done in the past. Largely speaking, started in Dickens' World in Chatham. She joined a small cast of actors there, and she used to play out roles from Dickens' plays, and she did particularly well in the role of Nancy, which she used to play an awful lot. The only problem was she was, I think it's called done in, twice a day and 3 times on Sundays. And that's a bit much for me.
I didn't know this before.
She should have told me she was ready. Anyway, as part of that, Maria and I found ourselves travelling to a shop, let's put it like that, in Maidstone, where we were looking for the attire that's suitable for that type of acting. And it turned out... Oh yes. Anyway, it was a nice shop. We went inside and it was a great place. There was all these clothes and bits. It fitted quite well, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
I did the job. And upstairs was a really, really great video shop. Never went up there myself, wouldn't do it, you know. And no guys, every time the boys bought something, they were quite happy just to pop it into a plain brown paper bag. This sort of led to Claire taking on some extras work, did it not? Yeah, and she did quite a bit really. There's lots of different TV shows that have been filmed in the dockyard at called Midwife and Mr Selfridge, yeah. You did a video, didn't you, with that museums?
I did.
You did, yeah. And you also, she had the opportunity for, I think he's called an A-list actor. The guy who played Gollum anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, she got the pleasure of meeting him. The only problem was he was in his underpants and socks at the time.
I knew about this one, by the way. I knew
You did know that?
I've seen the video. Not that, that's actually. I've seen the video.
Yeah. I've seen the video.
We'll leave that there.
It's not in the bag. From there, she went to work at St Paul's Cathedral, she's the man of the table, where amongst other things, she was involved in burying Margaret Thatcher. I didn't think there'd be anybody in there old enough to remember it. I was going to say there's many people in the world that would love to have had that job. Good on you, Chris. So anyway, having worked at St Paul's, that gave her the opportunity to have access to special places, and it also gave them the opportunity for Claire and Richard, or for Richard to propose to Claire at the top of St Paul's Cathedral, which I'm sure is a moment that they'll treasure forever.
You smoothie.
I did an art attack getting to the top of the stairs.
So did JD Sport.
And JD
More recently, she worked at a place called Jerome Castle in County Clare, which is where we now live, which, for those who are not familiar, is one of the most prestigious hotels in Ireland, if not the most. One day, knock at the door, come in to check out, is a guy called Leo Varadkar. And she said, what's your occupation? Or she said, what's your name? He said, Leo Varadkar. She said, occupation. She said, Taoiseach. And then somebody had to explain to her what Taoiseach was actually the Prime Minister of Ireland. He's the most famous politician in Ireland, and Claire was asking him what he did for a living.
Who put me.
Many returning hotel guests used to ask Claire by name. One boy in particular used to arrive in a very sort of strange way, flying on his own, take off from his own airport, flying on his own 747 under the name of Mr Smith. Used to land at Shannon Airport.
Should be saying that.
Mr Smith, I haven't given anything.
Mr John Travolta Smith.
You've done it now.
All the time.
It was. I wasn't going to mention his name. I was just going to say that you spent the afternoon driving around the golf course and you were duetting all the songs from Greece. No clues about who he was. So Richard did that.
Yeah, I'm now liable.
Sorry. Anyway, of course, like, none of this would have been possible without my career. He's been at my site for the last 50 years. It's from her that Claire's inherited her beauty, intelligence and good nature. There was a line here, but it's not appropriate. What she inherited from me, but it was something we did in Ireland a long time ago, and I did get severe burns.
That needs answers.
Yeah, that's
Give us the line! Give us the line! Come on!
I can't.
Come on! Come on! Give us the line!
You're all family.
Yes, we're all family.
We won't go anywhere.
We'll tell the kids to colour in.
Go on!
Yeah, it's about lighting gas. Oh.
yeah.
What the
We can have it.
Well, I've done that.
Coincidentally,
That's where his point's gone, isn't it?
coincidentally, both families had something in common long before Richard and Claire.
Yeah.
On November the 4th, 1972, Keith met Mark in Bermondsey at the home of one of their mutual friends, and I met Maria in Chatham. Although what I was doing at the convent at the time, it's probably a best story left for another time.
That's 100 years in
Yeah, I was
November.
going to say,
Same day.
maths is not my strong subject, but I calculate that on November the 4th, which is in about 8 weeks' time, we will have jointly been together as couples for a total of 100 years. And that time clocks up 90 years of marriage between Keith, Mark, Maria and I. So I think there is a time where Claire and Richard need advice on how to keep a marriage strong. You should have someone you can come to for advice. I sort of once asked a wise old Irishman who would later become
Okay.
I once asked a wise old Irishman what was his secret to a happy marriage. He thought for the moment and said,
Guinness.
keep the house painted, the grass cut, the bills paid, and only hand her the very best vegetables. And he said, if all else fails, just pretend to be dead. Now, I've got to say, it only reminds me now to wish Claire and Richard a long, healthy and happy life together. So I'd ask you to stand and join me in the toast for the bride and groom.
Well, I'm out.
I'll now hand over to
It's a big pretence. Come on, share. He's got my mic for the BBC on it. I disagree. No, so go away. Yeah. Just bring him in. Right, anyway, sorry about that. Rich, figure something out there. Projection. I want to hear it over here. Alright, security, get him out. We've had enough of him already. Right, anyway, thank you, Malcolm, for such a lovely speech and for taking your time to come away from one true love, your camper van. Get out of the way quick. So good afternoon, everyone, or good evening now.
Good afternoon, Vicky.
That's enough of that. I had prepared a speech today, but apparently I've been told to read this one instead. Did you know the human brain is a great thing? It's from the day that you're born, it starts working right up until you want to start talking about your wedding. Anyway, in all seriousness now, I want to thank Claire, sorry, my wife. But making me the happiest person, I won't read this word for word. But making me the happiest person alive. I'm sure that a lot of you will agree how amazing she looks today. As she does always, even when she's walking around her house with leggings with way too much holes than fabric, and with yesterday's dinner's top on her, like that. I'll never forget the first day. I'll never forget the first day that I saw you, Claire. It was our first ever day in training at the Premier Inn. What a laughing matter, Tom. You're easily pleased. I just knew from that moment then we were meant to be, obviously. I waited 8 years. 8 years I waited for your I'm struggling now. Let's have a mouthful of champagne, bear with me.
Not bear with you.
Bear with me. Alright. Since we did start going out, the first time I came to visit you in Ireland, I just knew we were destined to live a long, happy life together. You can have a sick bucket now. Oh mate, I can't stop. I've gone to pieces, Claire.
Where's the paper bag?
I'll try and say solemnly again in a minute. So yeah, so I can honestly say that since being with you, you've made me a better person, and I cannot wait to spend the rest of my life with you. There's a bit I might cry a bit. Things I love, get the bed ready. Things I love most about Claire is she always makes sure she puts others first. You touched on that, Malcolm, which is so true. She has the kindest heart I know, and her strength over the past year.
Yeah. Go on, mate. There you go, Dick. Move with you, Dick. Move with you.
There's a paper bag. Come on.
I promise I said I wouldn't cry. Party on!
I ain't got such a difficult meeting. What time's due? As a lot of you know, actually February last year, we had the most...
Keep going,
There you go, mate. Come on, you can do it, mate. You can do it.
We had the most tragic news. We're losing our beautiful girls. But I know today...
their mummy is and how amazing you are. Then how proud they are of you. I'll get you going. Not in that way, Right, anyway. Well, I'm so sorry, obviously that was harder than I thought it was going to be there. So, moving on. I'll go to do the easier part now. I'd like to do some thank yous. I'll go on, sure.
Well, I thought you were going to sing.
Firstly, I'd like to thank Mum and Dad, basically for being the best parents ever, and for basically just like being through me through cancer, hip battles, and being at the phone whenever I need you. You honestly are the best parents ever. And I love you both. And now to Malcolm and Maria, thank you both so much as well for making me the most welcome person ever into your house. You have the kindest hearts also I've ever known. Me and Claire was your last nerd turning up most weekends. Honestly, it makes us so welcome every time we come.
Maybe the hash browns bacon.
Yeah, I did.
Yes, we
But hash browns, the reason this jacket's struggling. So, honestly, thank you so much for making Claire. Honestly, all your daughters are amazing, all your grandkids are amazing as well. So thank you so much for that as well. Good morning to Paul, him, yeah. Paul.
It's pretty easy, isn't it?
Paul, cheers. That's a joke. Paul.
No, not yet.
I've got a gift for you, Mum and Maria, by the way. I'll sort that out at the end. They're outside. They said, oh, easy, I'm just grabbing the back floor. So we have got presents for you, so I do apologise. Paul, now, we've had our disagreements over the years. Somewhere in Italy once, Jackson. But you're honestly, mate, as brothers go, you are really top, mate. And I know come 31st of October, mate, you're going to have your just desserts, mate. Trust me.
Cheers, here.
I'll explain later. All the best.
Cheers,
Who's next? Oh, Claire's borrowed the tie. Where are we? Yeah, one there. Where are the rest of them?
We scattered.
Thank you. There's a bit on here, right, that says, I'd like to thank you all for getting Claire to the altar on time. That's lies, isn't it? No, don't your excuses, you found. Everybody, yeah?
I don't think you realise how hard it was to get around that.
I think we do.
But anyway, I'll go serious now.
You should know
But
that.
thank you so much for keeping her relaxed and calm, because I know without you girls, she would be a crumbling mess. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for looking after her. Again, we have got gifts for you girls, but they're out there somewhere. One more word from you. I'm surprised you can hear it.
I'm going to scream it. I screamed it in my microphone wire. I pulled them up just before.
Right, so, and now moving on to my beautiful flower girls. Amelia. You two girls really are the most beautiful girls ever. And me and Claire love you from the bottom of our hearts. And today, personally, I think you both stole the show, so.
You have.
I was going to thank Nanny, Claire's nan and Nanny on the stage. I'll still say thank you to her because obviously she's 94, she's beautiful, and still going strong. But unfortunately, she, due to like being a bit poorly, she's not making it today. So I'd like to do a round of applause for Nanny. I've got a few thank yous, so I do apologise. It's got a long list of thank yous. Another thank you will be for Neil, wherever he, oh yeah, that man there. Thank you for taking your time out of your literally. You're meant to be a guest and you've not stopped running around.
No, you're the most
Hang on, is it
worthwhile
coming
people
through
in the
down
world. We switched it off.
When I started crying.
It was too much in the toilet.
Emma, I can't remember what table we've got you on. Where's Emma? Over there. Thank you so much for that, the occasion. It looks absolutely amazing. And thank you for not trying to kill Paul. Leave it with him. You need a medal. I'd also like to thank the groomsmen, my boys, wherever you are. Paul, Nick, Millsy, John and Rita, over here again. Thank you for being here, boys, and thank you for doing everything you can to make me relax as possible. Millsy, sorry about your crows today, mate. You're alright, and thanks for doing the poem. But in fact, I'd like to thank you boys for keeping me so calm, right? And also, and then moves on to the last one. One last thank you. I'd like to thank every one of you for coming today and making that day the most special day ever. Some people have come as far as head cold and bit of it. It would be possible. So, it goes without saying, I'd like everyone to be upstanding, please. Sorry. I'd like to raise a glass to my most amazing, most caring, beautiful wife, Claire Waterfield. Right, so I'd like to just hand you over now to Paul.
Well, firstly, I'm going to say that I'm on quite a few strong painkillers and drugs that hopefully I won't cry. That's the plan.
Yeah, I said that went well, didn't it?
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, firstly, I'd like to start by saying, Dickie, get your hand off my penis! Ah, yes. I see you know your Claire Waterfield well. Claire Waterfield. We didn't have a choice to take that name, but you did. Now you are one of us. Which means you must like starting tea. It's a Waterfield unwritten rule. So I'll put the kettle on and give you this cup. Oh, you can read out.
What's it say?
I smile because you're my sister-in-law. I laugh because you married my brother.
Right, but on a serious note, I would like to say a big thank you on behalf of the bride and groom, for everyone here today, for making the effort to come to this amazing venue. And I know I speak for all of this top table, that it wouldn't be the same without you all here. So thank you very much for making the effort. It means so much to all of us. I didn't know I could write something so catchy. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Paul. There is a story about a milk float. That thing still follows me around to this day. Anyway, yeah. I can't tell you how much of an honour this is to be Dickie's best man. Better man, no lessons, thank you very much. But it really is an honour. To say this man is an inspiration is an understatement. I might cry now. If anyone normal would have gone through a quarter of what he has, I'm sure they would have crumbled. But you certainly can't keep a good man down. As you may or may not know, Dickie is quite a shy and private person. He does like to keep his cards close to his chest. So that's the speech concluded, as I have no stories to tell. Thank you and bye. Yeah. If only.
Remember, family are present.
Yeah, I put a lot of thought into this. I've always looked at my brother as my best mate, although I'm not so sure the feeling is mutual there. I am your brother and you're stuck with me. We've always shared similar interests, mainly football and Arsenal. We grew up fighting as brothers do, and I would take you up the field as a young kid. Me being that...
Listen.
I was coming to that. Me being that bit older, my mum would always say, go easy with him please. You know, having gone through what he'd been through in all those younger years. And I understand where mum was coming from. Do you think we took it easy? Yeah, right. 240 tackles a lot, firing shots at you from point blank range, causing bruises galore. But I think those early years playing with the older lads, It really helped your development, and you were still the only Waterfield to go through an entire season unbeaten with you. Much like a certain team from North London. So a round of applause from the Sol Campbell table.
No one used to.
I don't sit my ball actually. Hang on.
Can I just say something? My chair's broke.
Yes, right.
I thought I'd lost a few pounds.
Can I finish this? Yes, sir. We eventually left our parents and decided to move in with each other. Our first place being in Chatham, not like that. Well, if walls could talk, they certainly would have some funny stories. What a funny story! A giant Jenga in the living room for starters, nights at the Alex, and then the tap, and then back to the flat. Those were great times. So we moved from Chatham back to Rochester because we was too far from home. Well, no, I'm being silly, I know, so I did. Getting quick now. Two streets guns. Anyway, 2 streets away from Wickham Street, Road Street. At this point, one of today's ushers, Paul Reader, had moved in with us. So the two became 3. Well, if we had fun in Chatham, this was another chapter of pure laughs and good times. Dickie will give you the estate agent's how over a drink later. Trust me, it's a good one.
The what, sorry?
The estate agent's story. It is a good one. I'll explain that later. So they say every street has a family. Well, we was it. On one particular occasion, a neighbour had the audacity of knocking at the door at 4 AM in the morning, which actually worked out as a stroke of luck as Dickie was still up playing the drums. If only that was a joke. Yeah. So we ended up, after being way too far from home, back in Wickham Street, opposite 92. We had heard there was a decent cafe there. Again, lots of memories made here, too good, too bad, but on the whole, another load of laughs. After the migrating around the Medway towns, we finally went our separate ways, living-wise. That's quite set up. So the first I knew about Claire was when Dick said he was off to Ireland. So my first point of reference was looking for an Island Street or Island Road or Island Avenue in the Medway A to Z. Which turns out there are quite a few. To see this girl we used to work with at the Premier Inn. Dickie being Dickie, all very hush-hush. I then managed to get a bit more out of him and found out she lived near where Father Ted was filmed. Okay, now I'm interested. This is how Dickie became Dickie because of this show. So before they'd even properly started seeing each other, I was asking to come over and stay so I could do the TED talk. But anyway, fast forward a few years, this woman, who I'm supposed to like and love as a sister, today has stolen my brother, my mum, my dad, my dog, my cats, and also Amelia's goldfish at Clifford. So don't get standing around chatting to Claire too long, you might be taken to Ireland. I joke, of course.
You don't, do you?
No, one bit. Claire really is Dickie's missing piece. And there's a load of it that's good about you, but I can't read my own handwriting. I left like a big chunk of like, you are an amazing person, and I'm going to go a bit off cuff here and say you really are perfect for each other in every single way. And I can see that today. I'm going to might cry a little bit there. Like, when you were like, I could just see it that you know you're going to make a perfect couple and you're going to have many happy years together. That doesn't say that there. You're also extremely handy when it comes to advice about cars and engines. Malcolm's doing. And the like. She's also a bit of a legend for putting up with his major outbursts, normally aimed at those players in red and white. Yeah. You deserve a medal for that. You say that
she films me all the time
and ends up on TikTok.
Yeah. So at this point here, I'll add there are a few people missing that would have been here today, no doubt. And without going into too much detail, I would like us to raise a glass to absent family and friends.
Yeah.
So, Dickie and Claire, before I sign off, I would like you to stand up.
Oh, stand up.
No, just look. I want you to look at each other. Before I sign off, I'd like you to turn and face each other, look each other lovingly in the eyes, and know that you are looking into the eyes of the person who is statistically most likely to murder you.